Hello.
Hey Lexi, how you doing?
Hi, Erin. I'm good. Guten Morgen. Well, I guess it's the afternoon for you.
Yeah, you're looking cute with that hat today. I love it. That red. Yes. No, but it looks like a really nice hat, like nice quality, warm.
It is
Yeah,
bright
the
orange.
logo too, but
Very Christmassy. It's been
yeah, it is
stormy in
Christmas.
Bend and pretty wild weather, really windy and snowed yesterday. Ciao.
Nice. That's nice though
Winter.
for that's nice for Christmas though. Just in time for
Hopefully,
Santa.
Santa, bring me some
Santa.
presents. Well, I'm just hoping that it snows so they open the damn mountain because this is the latest they've ever opened the mountain. I don't
Seriously.
know. I don't know about the history of Bend, but I heard that usually the latest they've ever opened is December 15th, which was or what is the weekend? Oh, yeah, last weekend was December 15th. So pretty late in the game, if I don't say so myself.
Get that damn mountain open. Are you
Well,
my
anyway,
God, we
everyone,
gotta
hey, what's up? Welcome to our podcast. This is the Foreignish Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Lexi Sheridan-Kunz.
And I'm Erin Burnell.
Hell to the yes, my friends. Well, I'm excited
We're a
for
little
today because
silly today. Sorry, I
I
just
feel
spoke over you.
silly because I think we're silly because
Yeah,
we're on
so
vacation
yeah, that's
now.
it. First day of vacation.
Woo!
Silly time.
Yeah, I feel relaxed. I feel joyous. Yeah, how do you feel?
I feel the same way. Super relaxed. I just had a super nap, epic
Yay!
nap. So I'm feeling really
Love that.
good. I feel so grateful that first day of vacation, we're about to see all of our friends and family. We have time to,
Yay!
not all of them, but I mean the ones we can,
Yeah,
the ones
the
we
ones that
can
matter,
see,
the ones that count.
feeling good,
I'm
feeling good.
excited to, and I'm excited to get into talking about our holiday plans. I'm excited for our vacation because we both have some time off around Christmas and New Year, so that's exciting. We also have a special guest today. His name is Tom. He forgot about the first time we were supposed to meet with him, but that's okay. We forgive him. We welcomed him back begrudgingly.
Absolutely.
And he'll get on and tell his story. He's lived around the world, which is super exciting. And I know him. He's a childhood friend of mine. We went to the same elementary school and high school. So I've known him for forever. Forever,
That's
ever.
so cool. Forever. One of your oldest friends, huh?
Yeah. And it's pretty exciting because we did actually reunite. We didn't talk for a long time after college, and we reunited when you and I met him in Bilbao. I think that was I hadn't seen him in maybe years or something like
Oh,
maybe
wow.
less. Yeah. Yeah. So he was coming out to Bilbao. I think he had like work stuff. I don't really remember, but I do remember either you and I met him the first time he came in or it was me and Danny. But yeah, we were just living it up, reminiscing on the high school days. And
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
was fun to show him around Bilbao at the time. And he was actually permanently living in London and working in London. So, yeah, really excited to have him on.
And
He's
now
got some,
he's in Barcelona.
he's in Barcelona. Yep, he lives there with his wife. They actually just opened a restaurant. I'm gonna have him tell the story.
Yeah, yeah, we got to
But
hear about that. I want to know what kind of food, what kind of
yeah,
restaurant.
so his wife is a chef. She actually did culinary school in Barcelona. So, yeah, Bar Noé, I think is the name. I'll let him tell their story. But I'm excited to have him. He's gonna pop on here in a second. But meanwhile, tell me about your Christmas plans.
I'm going to Paris with my mom. Yeah.
Yay! Paris will be so fun. Are you going to be there
Yeah.
over New Year's?
No, we're just going to go for 3 nights,
Mm-hmm.
26th through the 29th, and then I'll be back here for New Year's.
Okay, you get a couple days with your mom, and
Yeah, so
that's
it's just going to be
exciting.
like eat, sightseeing, shopping,
Eiffel
wine,
Tower.
cheese, croissant, cafe au lait,
Yeah,
and that
sounds good.
stuff. So,
Yay!
what
Sounds
about you?
fun. I'm just really hoping that they open up the mountain. Yeah, there's no snow,
You don't
so
think though, but there's no snow on the mountain now after it's been snow. No, it's got to
they
snow
got
for a
like
while.
3 inches yesterday. And yeah, that was really like it. I don't know if it was raining. I need to look at the snow report actually, but it's been a really warm start to the winter and yeah, I don't know.
And they don't refund some of your money if you for the season pass if they don't open.
Hell no. It's disappointing because you're basically missing like a month already, like a month and a half of potential ski season. Because last year we opened a little bit before Thanksgiving because we had a lot of snow in November. So it sucks, but maybe the winter will be longer. Anyway, are you watching any interesting series right now?
Does the entire history of Egypt count as an interesting series? I was,
What the hell?
I was curious, so I started watching that on YouTube. But no, I'm not watching anything fun. What about you? Are you watching anything
Not really. I'm
juicy or
watching
fun or
this
stupid?
series on Netflix. It's called Life and Death with Elizabeth Olsen. It's actually a little slow, but the cinematography, it's a timepiece. Like it's in the late 70s, early 80s, so that's really well
Cool.
done. It's a interesting series. You just have to kind of like give it time because it's a little slow paced. Yeah, and then I've been reading some really good books, and right now I'm reading two books, but one of them is called A Little Life, and it's really good. I highly recommend that book.
Is it fiction?
Fiction.
Oh, good.
And I'm also reading, Anna and I do a book club, although we're not very consistent. And we're reading A Resistance of Witches.
I'd like to read a couple of nice like fiction books because I'm kind of sick of these, the nonfiction right now.
A Resistance of Witches by Morgan Ryan, a novel. It's a witchy wartime delight. And this book is awesome. A Little Life by Hanya Yanagihara. I don't know. Japanese, sounds like Japanese writer. But yeah, really, really interesting. Also, I look at Dua Lipa's like book club, book list.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, there's some good books on her list. You can follow her on Instagram.
Okay, I'll check out her list because I haven't read a good fiction book in a while.
Yeah. Other than that, like I've honestly just been so low key the past week or so.
Yeah.
Trying to not drink. That's my goal for like 2026 is
Good.
no more benders. No more benders.
I think that's a good goal. That's always a good like New Year's resolution,
Yeah, and it's been a while since I had like I like to take long breaks from alcohol because it's really habit forming. And so even if I drink a little bit every day, like say around the holidays or like Thanksgiving, I had a glass or two of wine every day. And then it's really habit forming,
Yeah,
which is
yeah.
not a huge deal because it's not like I'm like out until 5 a.m., swinging from a chandelier. But
Yeah.
sometimes that happens. So my goal right now is to not drink during the holidays or New Year's, which is not a huge deal because I hate going out on New Year's anyway.
I do not like going out on New Year's Eve anymore at all. I used to love it. Oh, I think this is Tom coming on. Hi,
What? What's going on, dude?
What's up, bro? Long time no talk.
Tom. Hi,
I know.
Tom. How
Hi
you
there.
doing?
You remember Erin?
Good. I was gonna say you look familiar. I'm thinking Bilbao
Yep.
2015.
It was a crazy
Was it
night.
that long
Well, a
ago?
crazy afternoon, I think it was. That was it. That was it.
Yeah, man. I like remember the pictures of it vividly for some reason.
We needed the pictures to remember it.
It
Yeah,
was fun
yeah, I
though.
think
We had a
so.
good time, from what I
It was super
remember.
fun. I think that was the first time I visited Lexi in Spain because you were living up there, right?
Yeah, I was living in Bilbao for like 10 years. Was it that long ago? Jeez.
Maybe
That
not.
seems
Maybe not 2015. I mean, it was definitely like, yeah, no, it might have
I
been
was
actually.
Could
I
have
was
been. It was a while ago.
still living there, correct? I mean, I hadn't moved to Valencia or
No,
Barcelona
you
yet.
were living there, I think.
Yeah, because I visited you in each place, and
Oh,
that
yeah, that's
was the
right.
only time I went to Bilbao before until recently. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, I was telling Erin earlier that we were kind of like reunited. We hadn't seen each other in a really long time. I kind of dropped off the face of the planet when I moved to Spain and, well, went to college, moved to Spain, but that you and I went to high school together, basically childhood friends. And so that was a lot of fun to reconnect. And every time I see you and AJ, we talk about everyone that we went to high school with and what they're doing and
Do you guys
crazy
ever do
stories.
high school reunions? Do you ever
Tom,
go
have you
back to
gone to
that?
any
Or-
of them?
Well, I mean, I guess formal versus informal. I've been to one official one in Walnut Creek, our 20 year, which
Right.
like I stayed for like maybe 20 minutes and
That's
then
so
was like
good.
this like I brought my wife and she was just like
She's like, let's get out of here.
we were actually weren't gonna go. We were gonna meet up with all of like the boys beforehand because they were all gathering at our friend Kevin's house. And then they kind of convinced us to come to the actual thing and it was pretty lame. But remember, Lexi, we had that like meetup in London,
Yes.
I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago with all the guys and Lexi.
That was like that was our reunion for sure.
Yeah, yeah. That was more of a real reunion.
Okay. Well, we're excited to talk to you. Our podcast, as you know, is we like to have foreigners on to talk about their experiences. You've obviously lived all over. So I'd love to, if you could tell your story, your background story a little bit, where you've lived, maybe how you met Kaya, where you're at now, what you're doing. It'd just be interesting to hear your background story.
Sure. Yeah. Well, let's see. We went to high school together, like you already said. And then I went to university in San Diego. And then I moved to Mexico directly after school. And I lived there for a year.
Nice. I love
In
Mexico.
Tijuana. In Tijuana. You probably don't love
Whoa.
Tijuana.
I can't say I've actually been to
But
Tijuana.
yeah, I lived there for a year for a random job. And then I moved back to the Bay Area, San Francisco after that, and spent like 10 years in San Francisco. I traveled, like did a lot of traveling during that time, but didn't live anywhere else besides San Francisco proper in the city, working and whatnot. And then I moved to London in 17 to open the office for a company I was working for, lived in London for 3 years. And then during COVID, we kind of bounced around. We were in Thailand for the first 6 months. We were in Mexico City for about 5 months. We were in Lake Tahoe for 2 6-month stretches. We were in Toronto for probably 6 or 8 months total. And then eventually ended up moving to Spain. I got married somewhere in there. Kaya and I met, so you asked about Kaya. Kaya and I met in London.
Yeah.
She's Canadian, but we met in London. And then that's why we ended up in Toronto a little bit during COVID. And then eventually we moved to Spain.
Why did you guys come to Spain?
Good question. It was a place I knew well. I had a really good friend who lived there in Barcelona who happened to leave the day I arrived.
Yeah,
I
I
know.
was like, I don't like.
That
You're
was like
talking about Lexi, right? Yeah.
heart-wrenching. It was
I
heart-wrenching
know.
for me.
Lexi lives in Spain for 17 years and
And
literally
then
leaves the month I arrived.
You took too long, dude.
I know.
I
And I
waited
feel like I did it
17
right
years.
though. I feel like I did it right. I earned some money and then moved to Spain. That's the key.
Yeah. I know I did the
Uh,
opposite. Now I'm like, I gotta earn.
actually, and I got married and then moved to Spain. Like, I think you
Yeah.
don't want.
You guys got married in Barcelona. Well, Catalunya. You got married in Barcelona, basically.
Yeah,
And that was right around when I decided I needed to come home.
yeah. Technically,
Bummer.
we got married in Vegas in 2020.
right. Cool,
But
cool.
then we had our like real wedding or our fake wedding with all of our friends in Barcelona around the end of 2023, 2022, and then moved here like January 1st, 2023, really for Kaya to go to culinary school. That was kind of the catalyst. We wanted to move back to Europe. I was pretty flexible. I'd been to Barcelona a lot. And so that was that was like our initial visa was her student visa. I eventually got a digital nomad visa.
That's cool.
And yeah, we've been here almost 3 years. We have a dog. We bought a restaurant. It's where I am now. We're not
That's
open at the moment.
cool.
Or no, it's normally not this bright. Got very nice lighting, I promise.
We need mood lighting.
Yeah, it's much
Yeah.
more moody, but
Well,
we'll
tell
be open.
tell us more about the restaurant, Tom, because I know you had mentioned
Yeah.
it. I know Kaya went to culinary school in Barcelona for like what, 6 months to a year. You still kind of work in tech, not right now, but tell me about the restaurant idea, like the concept behind it and all. I want to know more about the restaurant because actually haven't
Yeah.
talked to you about it.
Yeah, well, it was like our favorite restaurant actually when we moved here. It's called Bar Noe, Noe, and it's kind of like a Nordic, Japanese, Catalan mix. The head chef is German from near the Danish border, and we just kind of fell in love with it. And then after Kaya went to culinary school, she basically hounded them about working in the kitchen and doing like a stage here, as they call it. And then after about a year of that, there was an opportunity, kind of a shift of ownership, and we were able to buy, it's called medium-sized share in the
Oh,
restaurant.
right.
And I left my last job in tech in July. And so my job for the last, God, almost 6 months has been basically like behind the scenes at the restaurant. I'm doing all of our social media. I work in the restaurant at least one, sometimes two nights a week, just basically as a host slash waiter slash
Cool.
busboy slash
Yeah, do
everything.
everything.
That's
Yeah, I
so
mean, it's
funny.
small. Like, there's only
Yeah.
4 employees total, so it's like a very small operation. And Kaya, my wife, and Bjorn are the only two in the kitchen. So you can see them back there. I don't know if they're doing anything
Hey
fun at the moment.
guys.
We can go on. We can go on
Hi.
a tour of the kitchen if it makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely. We'd love to see it. I'm
Yeah,
excited when I come back. I would definitely want to hang with you there for sure. Sounds cool.
yeah.
So, how's the like not working in tech life? You're probably feeling really alleviated.
Yeah, I think it's just really nice to not have to worry about anything that's outside of my physical surroundings. You know what
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean? This is my first like Zoom call or a Riverside call. This is my first like digital video call I mean, I've
You
had a handful
FaceTime.
here
You
and
got to
there.
FaceTime your
Yeah,
family.
FaceTime. Yeah, I actually do some like kind of informal consulting for a friend's company, a friend's software company. So I do end up on a Zoom every once in a while. Yeah, it's like just really nice to be more, I guess,
Chilled out.
well, chilled out, but also just like day to day is just my world around me. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, like less digitally involved. Like
yeah,
that's draining.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I can just stay within my little born bubble
Hmm.
with all my little expat friends
Yeah.
in the plaza. Not just expats. I think
Yeah,
we have a
you got
good
Spanish
high
friends.
variety.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do. We do actually.
So is your Spanish like amazing now?
No, I mean, I'd say it's like maybe 60%. Like, because all my Spanish friends prefer to
Want to
talk to
speak
me
in
in
English?
English.
Yeah.
It's only when
Oh,
I hang
yeah.
out with like, yeah, it's only when I hang out with like Alphonse and Lucia and their crew that I really get the like,
Got to.
the hardcore. Yeah, I better speak it. And we've been like slowly brought more and more into their crew. They're a pretty tight knit group.
Yes.
What's the electronic festival that you did with them last
Oh,
year?
Sonar. Yeah.
Yeah, we did Sonar with all of them this year, which
Yeah.
was super fun.
Yes. I'm excited that you guys have been there for so long and you've kind of settled down and now you've got a restaurant, you got a
Yeah.
doggy. Before we move on to your stories, what is the plan? Are you guys going to have little kiddos in Barcelona or
I don't know who's going to listen to this or watch this.
is somebody pregnant already?
Nobody. Probably
No,
nobody.
no, 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 no.
Just
I
kidding.
wish. No, I hope so. I think so. I mean, it's in conversation. I think like,
Sending it straight to your mom. Just kidding.
yeah, send it
Yeah.
to Kaya. I hope so. And I think like our friends that have kids here, especially those, who are American or English or not native Spanish speakers, it's just like so cool to see their kids grow up being, I mean, trilingual here, right? Like every kid is like basically native English, Spanish, Catalan.
Yeah.
And it's really cool. And the whole thing about, oh, it's pointless for them to learn Catalan. Like, I call bullshit on that. Like, A, this is our home, so they
Yeah.
should speak the language. And B, even if we were to move, like, it's still cool and it's still valuable. So anyway, I hope so. I think it's much more interesting than raising a kid in the
In the
US.
States. Yeah.
And not for
I
I don't even mean for any of the like political or
right.
any of the like probably more important
It's just like
stuff.
the
Just
cultural
culturally. Yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
I totally get that. Well, are you coming back for Christmas? Or are you guys staying out there?
We're staying. We're actually going to Ibiza for Christmas.
Nice.
Makaya's best friends, actually, I guess one of my best friends now too. Her mom lives there and has for like 30 years, and so we're invited to family Christmas.
Nice.
They're British or English, but we're going out. I'm taking the car on the ferry. It'll be fun, and then we're doing a big New Year's Eve here at the restaurant, so we'll have to be back for that.
That'll be
Fun.
fun.
Oh, I wish I was there. I would love to
I
go do your New
know
Year's
you could
thing.
you
Not this year, but I definitely like I've been thinking Erin turns 50 next year and I want
What?
to yeah, she looks so young.
An old
But I
lady.
want to see if we could do something in Europe, but I'd love to swing by Barcelona or it's hard because when you travel now, like there's definitely places in the world that I want to see, but I'm also like, well, I want to go back to Spain all the time, even though I live there forever. I want
Yeah.
to see my friends there, and like I've got friends in Tenerife and Barcelona and Bilbao, and it's really hard not to want to have vacation there every year, you know?
I feel the same way about going back to the States. Like,
Yeah.
I should go at least once a year, but
I know, it's tough. I want to hear a story. I mean, you've gotta have I've heard some stories, but we won't do the spicy ones. We'll do something a little more PG-13, but anything you wanna share, like, we love to have a full funny or silly or interesting or scary story about an experience as a foreigner living abroad. It could be Barcelona, it could be London, it could be to Toronto, Mexico, like, what or Thailand, wherever you've lived, you know?
yeah, I mean, I feel like there's a lot of them. I had my car stolen in Tijuana, and then it was recovered like the day before I was supposed to get paid out on insurance, and I had to go out to this like junkyard of all the old stolen cars. It's like I
God.
got a bunch of random and then little anecdotal stories, but I was thinking I think maybe the more interesting one involves a mutual friend of ours
Ooh,
who we
love it.
won't mention by name and who I
Okay.
won't say anything negative about because I'm not harboring any negative feelings toward this person
Sure.
anymore. But I think we've
Anymore.
both, well, we've both, Lexi and I have both had falling outs with this person over the years. We'll call him,
Okay. It's a good
Okay.
name.
let's just say, say
Good
that
name.
rhymes with the person.
Who
Well,
you're
now
talking
we know
about.
who you're talking about.
My gosh. It is
So
unhinged.
Okay.
Unhinged.
also like was a good friend of ours. Lexi and I met before I lived there. Well, Lexi was living there. We met out in front of a club in Raval at
Yeah.
like 5 in the morning, or maybe
Yeah.
later, maybe 7 in the morning.
Yeah.
Ended up at his apartment with a group of people until God knows what time, 10, 11 a.m. or
Yeah.
something stupid. And this was probably what, like 2016, 2017, maybe. And he became a friend ever since after that. Like he actually became a good friend. He was at my wedding. He actually
Nice.
shopped for wedding venues on our behalf before we moved to Barcelona. He introduced us to some people here in town that have become good friends. Like I actually give he opened up
He's
a
well
lot of like,
connected.
yeah,
He also had really amazing taste. Like,
amazing taste.
the apartment where are you still renting the same apartment where he used to live? Yeah, like, so
Yep.
he let you
That's
and
part of the
Kaya
story
stay
here.
there. He had really nice, like, stuff. I think he was in the skincare industry, wasn't he? Or something, or interior design.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. Really like impeccable taste in furniture and clothes, in wedding venue. Like our wedding venue was awesome. Everything was great. But yeah, as Lexi said, he happened to be leaving Barcelona right as we were moving to Barcelona. And so we took over his apartment.
Hmm.
And it wasn't even like a sublease. He got us on the lease for the same price he was paying, like great rent. He was going to leave all of his furniture and plethora of personal belongings, which wasn't really, didn't know that was part of the deal. But
Wasn't
anyway,
ideal.
yeah, but still, I mean, it was and it wasn't. We
His
got a
anal beads
beautiful,
and whatnot.
What'd you say, Lexi?
His anal beads and
no, but
whatnot.
like bags of shoes and just like all of his stuff, everything that you accumulate in an apartment after 5 years. Uh, and all of his beautiful furniture. So we were very grateful for that. And we had an amazing place to live and the best location with a great terrace, and it was great. We ended up getting a storage unit to move out all of those kind of
Personal
knickknacks and
stuff.
clothes and personal effects.
Yeah.
So anyway, fast forward 2 years and is coming back to Barcelona.
Yeah, worth noting also that was French. Wasn't he from, he was from Paris. He was French.
Well, I don't want to give too many details in case he listens to this, but it's fine.
Say everything about him except his name.
I think if you tell the one in a million years, he would know exactly right away, right now, that it's about him.
Well, also, if he listens to that, by the time we get to the end of the story, I'm not going to put all the blame on what's about to happen on him.
Yeah.
Like, I accept responsibility in some of that. But anyway, he's French. Not that that has anything to do with it, but
No, but
Being
it's
French
interesting.
makes you an
No,
asshole.
it's where he went. He left to go back to Paris,
Right,
and
right.
he also was a foreigner living in Barcelona for a long time. So there was connection there. And Tom, before you tell your story, you know, I had a lot of like backstory with him, and we hung out in Barcelona a lot, and we partied a lot together, especially during COVID. Like we were also like really close, but I did start to see some very odd behavior. Anyway, go on.
So coming back to Barcelona, he doesn't want his apartment. He has a new apartment lined up, but he needs all of his stuff, and he needs it in like 2 weeks. And I'm like, okay, a little bit of notice would have been nice to refurnish our entire apartment, but that's, fine. We're grateful, appreciate it. So I get a full documented list of like everything that he is looking to retrieve, including all of those little knickknacks. So like, it's all good. There was a couple sort of items of conflict. One was this really nice suede yellow chair, beautiful vintage designer chair that one of Kaya's friends had, for some reason, like picked a scab while sitting on it, or like something stupid and bled on this chair. So
Why
we had been waiting to
Yeah.
try and get the chair cleaned until I'd wanted it back just to like see how to handle it. So part of this list was like, and by the way, you can buy the chair from me for 1,500 euros. And I was like, okay, well, that's not going to happen. We're going to try to get it cleaned. And if it doesn't come out, then like, let's see, well, then we can talk. But there's some steps in here instead of just like buying the chair. And then I was like, hey, also, I've spent a lot of energy rehabilitating some of your plants. I think it would be like stressful to the plants if you moved them again. Those are very large plants. I'd repotted them. They'd grown a lot. So I was basically like, hey, probably best if the plants stay here. I'm happy to pay you for them, whatever. And then there was like a handful of other things. An espresso machine was damaged, as happens when you use an espresso machine for years.
Right.
Anyway, there was a few things on my side that like
Wear
were
and tear.
damaged or wear and tear, whatever. But he had kind of come in hot with this chair, like, you're going to buy the chair for 1,500 euros or 2,000 euros or whatever it was. And I pushed back on that. So there was like this small amount of conflict brewing over the chair.
He was already pissed for some reason, I think.
He was just like direct, whatever.
Mhm.
And I think he saw the situation as he had done us a huge favor by letting us use this furnished apartment. And we had seen it that way at first, but after a couple of years, we had kind of seen it as, we're looking after your stuff for you.
Yeah.
And so there was a little bit of we never talked about this, but there was a little bit of like a difference of perspective.
Yeah,
on
it's
the
like free
situation.
storage he was getting.
Right.
With you
I
guys
had
taking
paid
care of it.
storage because I had bought a storage unit to put the rest of his stuff in,
But you were paying to
Um,
store his stuff.
which I was paying for.
And you're
yeah.
paying his rent for the place.
Well, I mean, my rent, but still.
Okay. It was the
We're
contract
living
was in
there.
your name by this point.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, he writes back about the plants and some things, and I didn't see the email, or I didn't open up the document that had the notes in it or something. So there was kind of like a missed communication, which on my behalf. So the morning comes when he's going to move
Did you
out.
miss it or did you ignore it?
Maybe be the latter, I don't know. But anyway, the morning comes, and I'm kind of the plant thing seemed to me like just really obvious. Like, yeah, of course. But in the note that I missed, he had said, no, plants are mine, I'm taking them. I missed that.
He wanted
So anyway, the morning comes up, and the morning of moving comes up. Chase, who you know, my friend Chase,
Yes.
he's staying in the spare bedroom. And and I have agreed to like €1,000 deal. I pay him €1,000, and we keep the fridge and the dishwasher and the spare room furniture and like a few bits and bobs that he didn't want for his new place, right? All the main stuff he was taking. The chair, like we hadn't agreed on what to do on the chair. We had gotten it
Is it
clean.
still bloody?
no, we had gotten it clean, but it like wasn't perfect. Like the
Yeah.
suede was a little bit like you could tell that something was there. So like I think we were gonna discuss the chair in person. So anyway, gets there.
Sure.
And there's like this tension on the chair, and I'm saying, dude, it's wear and tear, and he's saying, no, you have to buy it. And we start kind of getting heated, and then he's moving stuff out, and the moving guy starts to move one of the plants, and I'm like, oh no, the plants are staying. Flies off, flies off, like flies off the handle, and like just starts like
Losing it.
losing his shit. He said, that's it. Everything goes. Proceeds to go into the kitchen, empties the fridge. Okay, empties. We're gonna keep the fridge. He empties the fridge, puts all of our full fridge all over the counters in the sink. So he's in there by himself, removing everything from our refrigerator so that he can take it. Tells the moving guys take the fridge. Ends up like storming out of there. Like, so he's gone.
So
After
he
like
just
yelling.
he the only thing he could remember to screw you over on was the fridge, right? Like he didn't take the washer and like some of the other items.
He instructed them to take the washer and the fridge and the
And
chair.
all the
Luckily,
guests. And Chase, is he
well,
like
the
in the guest room? Like,
Chase is in the guest room listening to this like screaming match. Luckily, the guest room furniture never came up. That for some reason that
he
never became
forgot
part
and
of the
his
equation. He forgot. Yeah.
He goes in there and throws
So
Chase out the window.
yeah, basically.
Chase is freaking out.
Chase is like, wait.
So then, I mean, it's not quite the end of the story. It's the way the moving guys take he gives the fridge and the dish and the washing machine to the moving guys. Okay, he didn't want them. He didn't need them. He gifts them to the movers. So I get the movers card after they leave, and I text the movers. I'm like, hey, can I buy that fridge and washing machine off of you? The movers are like, yeah, for sure.
For sure, we don't want
Great price, 300 euros. And I'm like, fine, like bring it back up. So they bring up the fridge and the washing machine back up to the apartment from their truck. And then I get a text from the moving guy, and he's like, hey, I need to come get the fridge and the washing machine again
Oh my
because
God.
wants to see a picture of it at our warehouse to make sure that I didn't sell it back to you.
What? But that's his prerogative. Like,
Yeah, it's like it
was
was
he
my
not going to get
fridge.
paid or
I know.
what?
Yeah, and so anyway,
What a nightmare.
they come back and they take the fridge and the washing machine out for a second time.
My
And that's
God.
pretty much the end of the story.
Did they
The
bring it
moving
back
guys were
to
no,
you?
no,
Oh, okay.
he didn't feel comfortable selling it back to me after that. He was like, he was my client. I got to honor his respect his wishes. Moving guys were actually great. I ended up getting their card. I've used them like 2 or 3 times for other random
cool.
tasks.
I love that they got like good business out of this falling out, though.
Yeah, and then I have not seen again. Never talked to him. Never seen him. Like blocked him on Instagram. Blocked him on WhatsApp. Haven't run into him. Haven't crossed paths. Have no idea what he's doing. We have like one mutual-ish friend who, at one point, I think I was gonna ask for that, I didn't, and
Better not to.
better not
to
to.
show
Like
zero.
again, I have no more hard feelings. I attribute a lot of the conflict to miscommunication, and honestly, like I take some of the blame for missing that email. And I think me asking about the plant was like the straw that broke the
It's
camel's
the
back.
last straw. The plant.
That's so
And
funny.
like,
Well, he also, I remember part of that screaming is that he unleashed on Kaya too. Like, didn't she come out and have some objections and he was like unleashing fully on both of you?
I don't remember exactly. Yes. Long story short, yes. I've never seen Kaya in a screaming match with anybody other than myself, besides with on that day.
Yeah.
And I can't even remember what they were screaming about. I think it was just like, are you serious? Are you serious? Fuck you, fuck off, get out of my house. Like it wasn't about anything other than just
It was
like
just like
disrespect.
after that contention about the friendship and well, I mean, it's kind of a funny story because of the mover and the fridge and stuff, but it's also a really hard thing. And so I did the same thing, but I did see him once after that randomly in the street, like in Gracia. He pretended not to see me. We walked right by each other. and he like
He's like,
immediately got on. He immediately
I can
got on his
imagine his
phone.
exact face. I can imagine his exact
You know, he was dressed to the nines as he does, and
great
he
style.
he does have really good style. He had impeccable taste, but he immediately got on his phone and
But I miss the old like
me.
he and I would go to coffee and he was fun, like
He
he was a
was
great
really
conversationalist.
he was really accommodating and sweet, and like for a lot of in a lot of
He'd
ways
bring little gifts.
he was really giving. Like we'd go to dinner and he'd pay for dinner. Like he was really gracious about that. And when we
That's
met
just because
him,
you were
that was
broke as fuck.
He
broke his
broke
butt,
his
but
foot?
he broke. He broke, but he's
No,
Parisian.
you were broke.
Yeah, probably.
Just kidding.
No, but like he was really gracious. And I remember when we met him out partying, he's like, come to my house. And we're like, oh my gosh, is this guy gonna like murder us? And we went back to his apartment. It was like really nice. And we realized that he wasn't gonna kill us.
Yeah.
And he was really nice like that. Well, thanks for your story. I mean, yeah, I'm sure you've had some other crazy stuff. You'll have to come back and tell us other stories about being a foreigner abroad. I love it. Well, we can't wait to come see. I can't wait to come see you in your restaurant. It was fun to see you a couple years ago when I went back. We went for a hike with your dog, and
Yeah, that's
that's all
right.
we
You bet
really
Osa.
it was all we had time for. Thank you so much for your story. And yeah, do you have any questions for us?
No,
You
I
want to
think
do?
this is cool. I love the
Yeah.
idea. I listen to a ton of podcasts, so I will make sure to. Can I find it on Apple Podcasts?
We haven't really figured out how to get on there.
I
You
don't
know,
know, man. This could blow up. This could go viral.
Could blow up. Yeah.
shit up. Well, we appreciate it. We'd love to have your friends on. I know you've got a lot of expat friends.
Thanks,
Thanks
Tom.
for
It was
coming
so good to
on.
hear your
Yeah,
story. That was really funny.
Yeah, good.
we loved it.
We gotta go help these guys a little bit before they open.
Yeah, you got to work a
Sounds
little bit,
good.
Tom. Jeez.
Work, bitch.
Yeah, just for a few minutes. Maybe have a glass of wine.
Exactly. With some wine. Yeah.
Yeah,
You spent a
exactly.
lot of time at the bar.
Yeah, basically.
All right. Well, we love
All
ya.
right.
Thank you.
See you guys. Love
All
you
right. Bye,
too.
Tom.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, good stuff right there.
Cute. Cute. Yeah.
Story. It's just a wild falling out. It's just interesting having
Things that happen when you're abroad.
confrontation
Yeah.
abroad.
Can happen. It can happen. Yeah. And especially like you said, it was communication too, and the English and French and Spanish, like everything mixed. I wonder what the moving guys thought. The French guy was screaming at the American guy. They're probably like, Jesus,
Probably thought he was
crazy,
losing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a shame, having a falling out with a good friend and somebody
Yeah.
that was so ingrained in his life and came to his wedding and all that stuff. But you live and learn, and I do hope that is doing well wherever
Yeah.
he is. I really do
Yeah.
hope that he's
With his
successful.
impeccable taste.
Yeah,
But he looks good.
impeccable taste.
I
Great
bet
taste.
Tom's loving life, working in that bar, having a glass
my
of
gosh.
wine, talking to all the people that come in. I mean,
That
yeah.
sounds like a dream to me right now. And you know
Mhm.
what's
Me
funny is
too.
when I was a kid and like in high school and stuff, they used to announce, okay, this is a funny story. I played in band, right? And I played in band all 4 years of high school, and I ended up being in like symphonic band, and I had my senior year, they'd have like the last concert of the school year or something like that, and they'd announce the seniors and they'd say like they're going to do this for college and these are their lifelong plans. And my thing was that I was going to live in Spain and own a restaurant. That was what like my vision or whatever for life. So I'm glad Tom's
Yeah.
doing it for me.
Tom's doing it for you. Yeah. I was going to say, come back and we'll open a tiny little bar/restaurant.
I know.
It'll only be
I
open
really
Monday
want
through
to.
Friday until 6:00.
I know, right? I don't know about owning a restaurant, but
Yeah.
I would love to do something. I would love to come back and do something digital.
Something
Anyway, girl,
like-
I'm going to wrap this up. But hey, everyone, thanks for watching. Please click subscribe. Also, you can write to us. We want to hear your stories as a foreigner living abroad. So if you're a foreigner that lives abroad or has lived abroad and you have a funny, silly, amazing story, you can send it to podcast.foreignish@gmail.com. foreignish@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you. Getting ready to read your stories soon. So subscribe and we'll see you next time. Bye.